today on an all-new Dr. Phil. Can this family...
You told us you were going to bring the wedding rings here and give them back.
I forgot them. I was rushing.
Ever.
Did you send a text saying that Tiffany was being promiscuous?
No.
She has the text.
I know that's a lie.
Be fixed.
I hear her saying, oh, I don't steal. Well, I do steal, but it's my bipolar. You could unscrew the top of her head and look inside. It would scare the hell out of you. Today's going to be a changing day in your life. You've never had anybody working harder to bring you to the threshold of change than right now. Okay, things got a little wild yesterday here at Dr. Phil with a passionate guest named Wanda. Now, her daughter, Tiffany, wrote in complaining about her mother, who she says ruined her wedding, among other things. Tiffany says, if I can't fix this, then Wanda is out of her life for good. Take a look.
My daughter, Tiffany, is trying to discredit me.
My mother absolutely loves being the center of attention. My mother wore white on my wedding day.
I would never try to upstage my own daughter at her wedding. I just want to be a mother and come in looking presentable.
Did you wear a white dress to your daughter's wedding?
She saw it. I was sending her pictures of that white dress.
So I would okay my mother wearing a white dress when I'm supposed to be the only one that should be wearing white.
I wasn't trying to upstage you.
During our wedding, my mother decided to get up in the middle of the ceremony and start to sing a song.
Tiffany had asked me to sing, and I got the Holy Spirit. It wasn't for attention.
She drops the mic and she starts shouting, "Oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh, Jesus, thank you. Thank you. Oh."
You know we raised in church.
No one...
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
That would be a bit disruptive. Tiffany's best friend Kendra's joining us via Skype.
Wanda was the last one to get the mic, and next thing you know, she is screaming. Wanda throws her hands straight out in the air and collapsed backwards.
No, I didn't. Her father just came and took me off. You lying. You're lying, Kendra.
She didn't do it to draw any attention to herself.
It may not have been her attention because her attention at the time may have been total absorption. And one of the things I'm really curious about is whether or not you're enabling her using her mental illness as an excuse.
My mother has claimed to be bipolar all her life.
People don't understand bipolar. You have your highs, you have your lows, you have your manics. Remember, I go off and spend a lot of money, but I'm not stealing. I'm not stealing. I guess I am stealing.
When she is in the service, she says that you steal money from her out of her account, and you were on your medication when that was going on.
That's right. I knew exactly what I was doing.
I had given my mother a power of attorney to take care of my affairs. June 19th, she took $800, $500, June 24th.
I counted it up. It was $2,000.
I would say, Tiffany, I took this. Tiffany, I needed this. Mommy, it's okay. You're my
whole lot of
parent.
needs that was worth over $3,000.
Why you gave her power of attorney?
I think to set me up.
I don't. Well, it worked. Well, Tiffany's twin brother, Derek, says that Wanda is so manipulative that she even tried to break up his marriage. Let's hear what he says.
My brother Derek got married 5 years ago to a woman from another country.
I thought she was going to be the perfect woman, and she turned out to be hell.
My mother convinced me that my wife was playing me for her green card.
Derek was manipulated. My brother moved out of the house and into the house with my parents.
I didn't know who to believe. I didn't know if I wanted to believe my wife or my mother.
Derek went back to his wife after Tiffany and his wife convinced him to go home.
When I told my mom that I was going to get back with my wife, my mom kept calling me, basically harassing me. So the next thing that I know, my mother called 911 on me.
Derek was in major emotional distress. He didn't know if he was coming or going.
The police came to my door and said, look, we're here to help you. My mother was telling them that I was very dangerous. I was trying to kill myself. I had weapons in the house. None of that was true. I finally decided to go with the officers because I felt like I was going to be arrested.
I only called the police to help him because I was worried and concerned mother. That's the only reason why I did it. I don't understand why he didn't understand that.
I'm willing to cut my mother completely out of my life so I don't have to deal with the drama anymore.
Well, Derek, thank you for being here. You guys are twins. Are y'all close?
Yes, very.
So you support each other and you're in contact and all?
We do.
And your mother has your wife's wedding rings?
Yes.
Why does she have them?
I really don't know why.
Tell the truth, Derek. Tell the truth. You're lying. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
You're sitting up
Well, anyway, Dr. Phil.
I'll be glad.
When I went up there, I went to the bedroom, my mom, I didn't even know my mom had the wedding rings until my mom showed me. You still got them on, Mom?
No, I got my own.
All right. Well, I didn't know nothing about it till my mom showed me. And the second ring, the second ring, she went over to my house.
Because you sat there.
You sat there over there.
No,
what did you tell her? What did you tell her, Derek?
I did sit there.
What did you tell her?
First of all, I did
up here alone.
Mom knocked on the door, Dad, and came over there and started a whole bunch of mess with my wife.
But why
and
was
then
she,
when I
why
went
was
over
she
there,
coming over there?
And then when I went over there with my,
Why was I coming over there?
Why was you coming over there?
But
Mommy, I need your help.
Still my ring.
I showed you the rings. You left the rings over my house.
Listen to
and when I went over there, I did pick up one. Then I showed you. You said,
But did I know it?
Hold on, stop. We don't need to yell.
That's why we can't resolve anything, because they'll never listen.
We don't need to yell. Do you have the rings?
Can I talk now? Derek came over to the house.
Do you have the rings?
Yes. Derek came over the house telling us that we're going on to Dr. Phil show.
Dad said it was nothing the police can do about it or nothing. Y'all think it's right.
Well, listen to me. I'm talking about the day you came over my house.
That's what we're talking about, Mom.
Dial it down.
The day you came over.
You gave them to her and you told her to keep them.
I never gave my mom.
You told her to keep them, Derek.
I got something to say about that, too.
Wait a minute, hold on, Mom. If I gave you the, wait a minute, if I gave you the what did I, Mom, when you showed me in the moment, I was separated from my wife and I told
Mom, you can have
who mother, anybody in this crowd, would you wear your son's wife's wedding ring?
You left the ring.
Anybody.
You left your,
That's not normal, Mom.
So I put them on my fingers so they wouldn't get lost.
So they wouldn't. I had that. I'm a grown 30.
And I told you that you left them over the house.
Stop talking.
Seems like you allowing them to team up on her, and I'm not up there saying a word. That's not right.
Well, we'll get you a stool. Bring him a stool and put him right up here. Bring him a stool. We'll put you right up here. You feel like she needs protection, we'll put you right up here. But you're damn sure going to be accountable when you get up here. So bring it out here. Put him right up here. Come right here, sir.
You're not going to be accountable.
I'm going to ask you to leave the stage if you don't stop yelling. Listen, you don't need to tell me how to do my job. Let's just get that straight right now.
Okay.
Tomorrow, the mysterious disappearance of Jennifer Dulos.
Whatever happened right there.
The estranged husband.
Do you think he's telling the truth, or is he showing deceptive behavior?
The crime scene.
Blood.
There's not blood everywhere. And the one thing everyone agrees on.
It seems to be terribly incriminating.
That's tomorrow. Then on Friday.
All I could think of was that my husband was going to have to identify me, and he wouldn't be able to. The police have come out to say that I didn't really have any injuries, that I was fine.
That's Friday.
Growing up, my mother was into voodoo. A couple months ago, my mother had stolen my sister-in-law's wedding rings, and she put a fix on her rings so that he would leave her.
She told me if my wife wore the rings, something bad would happen.
I told Derek that I would bless it. And all it is just saging and trying to get them to improve their marriage. I wasn't doing black magic. I do good things to try to make the family come together.
You have the wedding rings. You told us you were going to bring the wedding rings here and give them back to him.
I wanted to, but we were rushing and I forgot. But I did tell Derek.
Now, wait a minute. You can't just gloss over that. You told us you were going to bring the rings and give them back to your son. Where are they?
It's not out of intention not bringing them, I forgot them. I was rushing, and I'm telling you the truth. I wanted to bring them so I can give it to him. I tried to get those rings back to Dirk.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago when you came over the house.
Well, hold on.
Yes, she did.
Hold on. You did say you were going to bring him, but then you didn't.
I forgot. Now, look. Don't make me lie. I'm not lying. I forgot him. I had him out on the dresser to bring him, and I forgot him. He can have his wedding ring.
Dr. Phil, can I say
please.
No, we need to talk more. I need to talk more.
In regards to the wedding rings, when I came down for my sister's graduation that I was banned from, I came down and I tried to do things the right way for all of us. I called law enforcement to get involved. I called the police department to be a personal escort over to my father and mother's residence so that we can retrieve our things. All of my military achievements, all 8 years worth, are in their home. And I did not give it to you. I held it. You're my parents.
Gave it to them.
Anyway,
You gave it.
I gave them. I let them have my stuff as far as for safekeeping. I'm deployed all the time. I don't have anywhere that's like permanent for me to stay. And on behalf of my brother's wife's wedding rings. So the police officers come over there and they say, hey, you know, basically we're going to try to help you guys get your stuff back. So my father comes outside.
I'll call the cops. Dirk calls my mother.
Hold on. Let her speak.
So my father comes outside, as he always does, as a spokesperson, and for the police department. The police department comes up and asks, like, you know, so they basically want the things back. So he says, well, my wife say she can't find them right now. You had an opportunity to give the rings back then, but why didn't you give them when the police department
But y'all cussing us out.
Okay, hold on.
You didn't even come outside.
You don't have to yell.
Y'all need to talk.
You didn't even.
I did say that, Mom. I'm sorry.
You said, wish I was dead.
Mom, I did.
Your wife said she wish I was dead.
Hell, what about that time you took TT's stuff? TT died in 2010 and threw it away.
Okay, stop.
That was years.
You know how
Okay, I'm going to ask you to leave the stage if you don't stop yelling. It's just that. Listen, you don't need to tell me how to do my job. You're either going to stop yelling or I'm going to excuse you from here. So I'm asking you politely to stop yelling and screaming. And you don't need to tell me how to do my job.
Okay.
So let's just get that straight right now.
Okay.
Now, if you forgot the rings, you forgot the rings. I'm not saying you're lying about it, but will you give the rings back to him when you get home?
I tried to, and yes.
I didn't ask you what you tried to do. When you get home, will you make sure that the rings are returned to him?
Yes.
Will you make sure that happens?
Yes, and that's the only way. I said they were going to get them back. If Dr. Phil said that he feels they should get it back, then they're going to get it back. Otherwise, they wouldn't have gotten them. But let me say this, Dr. Phil. 2 weeks ago, when he came around to say that we were going on the Dr. Phil show, that we should go on the Dr. Phil show, we got into an argument then. He stormed out of the house, and my wife said, wait a minute, let me go upstairs and get you these rings. You said, no, keep them. Keep them. As you was running out the door to the car, you said, no, keep them. You could have got the rings then.
I was going up the steps.
Why didn't you take them?
Let him finish.
You could have got them then. Why didn't you take them when your mother was going up to get them, to give them to you? Why didn't you take the rings then, Derek?
Because I wanted to show Dr. Phil that y'all still had my stuff. I ain't gonna lie, Dr. Phil, I did say because you were scared to get on Dr. Phil's show. That's why I knew.
Come on, please.
I didn't really want to come on. But what about the girlfriend that died 2010? Y'all threw her stuff away.
Now that was.
I don't care. Y'all think that was right?
Okay, listen. Y'all need to stop. Do y'all understand that you can't hear one another if you're both talking at the same time?
Well, that's how it's been for years. That's why we can't resolve anything. They want to do all the talking.
You know, allow someone to speak before you start. We're going to take a break because I need it. Why would Wanda say that her daughter Tiffany was prostituting?
I said.
We're going to talk about that when we come back.
Don't get on TV and do that to me.
She just slipped in there that we all know Tiffany is promiscuous and I shouldn't leave her alone with my boyfriend.
I didn't say that. Kendra, get off, because you're lying.
My kids are as bipolar as their mother. If y'all say that your mother's crazy, y'all are crazy too. They want to put crazy on Mom. But Mom's getting help.
I know I take my medication, and I know I'm not the one that's causing the problem. It's Tiffany. It's you, Tiffany. It's you.
Now, Tiffany and her twin brother Derek say their mother Wanda has brainwashed their father Kevin into believing that they are making up stories about Wanda. But Kevin says he thinks the twins might be bipolar too.
You are.
I see me in
listen, I'm not one for throwing a bunch of labels around, but the thing I want to know is, have you told people that the pictures that she takes for modeling are really just bait for men that she's prostituting herself with?
Every picture Tiffany showed me, I said, oh, gosh, they're beautiful. I wish I had that.
Have you...
Tiffany, you know I told you how beautiful.
No, you're talking to me. You're not talking to her. You're talking to me.
I told her they were beautiful. Look at those beautiful pictures.
Now answer my question.
I had no...
Have you told people that she is prostituting herself?
No.
You're denying that you have said that she's prostituting herself.
Yeah,
I said that.
And you said that she's prostituting herself.
Can I explain it now?
I hope so.
Yes, look, I said that out of concern because of what my son said.
Out of concern.
Because...
No, listen, one person is speaking right now, and it's Kevin. Go.
He said that you had men coming in and out of your house. Yes, you did.
I said knocking on the door, and I was wondering who those people were. Because as a brother... No.
Don't cut me off. Don't cut me off.
Listen.
You said that they were going into the bedroom, and you were saying, man, not my sister, but she will not believe anything that we say concerning her brother. They're going to stick together.
Well, I have a statement from your sister, April, and she said this: Wanda has had affairs, 4 that I know of. At Tiffany's grandmother's funeral, Wanda showed Tiffany's modeling pictures and stated Tiffany is prostituting.
No, I didn't. Oh, they made up some good stories, didn't they?
That's my sister. I have 2 sisters.
Oh,
they've been against her since the day we first met. I've been together with her for 36 years. We've been married for 33 years. They've been against her since the day we first met.
Okay,
so of course, they're going to say all the things that they need to say to them.
To help them.
Try and tear her down. Of course they're going to say.
So you're saying that your sister is making this up?
Yes.
All right, Kendra, are you still with us?
Yes, I am.
All right. Kendra, have you heard Wanda speaking about Tiffany prostituting herself?
Dr. Phil, she never specifically said to me the word prostituting. She had asked me if Tiffany was using those pictures to solicit men.
Oh, I did.
So she never said prostituting.
Oh, girl, you lied.
But she did.
I always had good things to say to you about my daughter. You're lying. Stop lying. Don't do that to me. But I never told you no mess like that. And I'm going back on Facebook and look at that because I never talked about my daughter to you. So you're lying. You're lying. Don't do this. Don't get on TV and do that to me. Don't you dare, because I don't even know you.
Dr. Phil, my daughter has reached out to so many people, and
you are.
to get them to come and lie for her. And that's exactly what she's done. That's exactly what she's done.
You want something else.
But we won't resolve this on this show, and so I thought we won't resolve this on the show. You know what?
Not arguing, not hollering and fighting.
Kendra received a text from Wanda that Tiffany was being promiscuous, correct?
Yes, Dr. Phil, that is also correct.
And she was.
Did you send a text saying that Tiffany was being promiscuous?
No.
She has the text.
Wait, let's see what it say. What it say? Put it up.
What did she say? Just tell her what it said.
I do have to disagree with what she's saying. Like I said, Tiffany was my roommate, and my husband now was my boyfriend at the time. And Miss Wanda was very, very nice. She was very smiley. She was always friendly. I was good to you. She just slipped in there. She just slipped in there that we all know Tiffany is promiscuous, and I shouldn't leave her alone with my boyfriend.
I didn't say that. No, I know that's a lie. I know that's a lie.
Right, we're going to take a break here.
It's a mess.
We're going to take a break.
Kendra, get off, because you're lying. You need to get off.
I'll decide when she gets off. Coming up,
I know you do, Doc.
Does Kevin trust Wanda now? I'm going to ask him what he thinks needs to happen with his wife. We'll be right back. Well, I'm back with Tiffany and Derek. They're twins, actually, and their parents, Wanda and Kevin, are here.
I love y'all.
And Wanda has been diagnosed over the years as bipolar. Now, I can't diagnose you sitting here today, but I have to tell you, if I was seeing you in my office privately, which I don't do, so there's no danger of that happening.
It wouldn't be dangerous.
I don't think bipolar would be on my short list of considerations. There's not anything that I'm seeing here that suggests to me that bipolar is a very likely factor in your conduct or behavior.
When I go to see the doctor every month, all I think all they doing is pushing pills, because my feelings are still the same. I stay in the bed all day because I miss my kids. If they want me dead, I was gonna kill myself. And I am suicidal. So I said, you know what? I'm not asking for pity or anything. I'm suicidal right now because I want my family back.
You're not gonna get it.
No, Mom.
I
love y'all. If y'all gotta go out of my life, then so be it.
Mom, it's too much drama.
And it will not be no drama if we get help and we get counseling. It would not be no drama.
Let me say this.
No need to come to this.
There's no need to come to this show. Why y'all bring me on the show to make me look bad?
Nobody made you come. You came on your own.
I wasn't coming. I wasn't coming. But I came because to show y'all that I do love you all.
Y'all threw TT stuff away. I know you say, okay, I'm married, this and that, blah, 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 blah. But y'all can't speed my grieving process up.
We wasn't trying, baby.
Wasn't trying.
Okay, then. I never got an apology. If y'all wasn't
we have
No, you didn't.
Yes,
never.
he did.
You never apologized. You told me not to mess with them, Mom. That's what you said. And you said, as far as holding our stuff, you was in the right to have that stuff.
It was been in there for years.
Then you say that.
They wanted to act the fool with us.
I'm 31 old. If I took your stuff, how would you feel?
Everybody stop for a minute.
Derek.
I want to speak to Derek for a minute here, and I want no one else to speak. TT is a former relationship you were in, correct?
Yes, sir.
And in 2010, what happened?
She died in my arms. And a couple of months, after her death, a couple of months later, I went into the bedroom, into the closet, and seen that her stuff was gone. I confronted my dad about it, and my dad said, don't bother Wanda right now.
Okay. So you were in a relationship with this girl?
Yes, sir.
And she was shot?
Yes.
Very sorry for your loss, by the way. And you're quite right. Grieving is different for everyone. And so your feeling is whoever did what is that her memory for you was disrespected
highly
in the way her things were disposed of. And were you around at the time, or were you gone?
I met her once, but I also got a phone call from my mother. She let me know and basically told us that it was time. She felt like she could put a time on when it was time for him to let go. So she got rid of his thing.
Got rid of the pictures, all that.
It was 2 years later, Derek. It was 2 years later. It was in our house for 2 years.
Why would y'all do something like that?
I'm sorry. We just
It feel good to hear it now.
Yeah, and we just started
If we never got on this show, I would have never heard it.
We moving forward.
I am very sorry for your loss, and everybody grieves at a different rate in a different way. And if the grief process is disrupted by you feeling like her memory's been violated or something, then that kind of hits the reset button and takes you back to day one, and you kind of have to restart all over again. And I'm sorry that happened to you, and I don't think either your mother or father would do anything to hurt you in that regard. Intentionally, they might be insensitive, or they might not see things through your eyes. But I think you have to be forgiving.
We're sorry for that.
All right, coming up, Tiffany says she wants an apology from Wanda. What about, and what does Wanda think about that? We'll be right back. Well, I'm back with a family that is really disjointed and really dysfunctional, and I want to talk to the two of you for a minute, and I want you to forget about the parental role that you have here. And Kevin, I commend you for your commitment and your standing by this woman for 36 years and hanging in there, and you've stood in there through a lot of stuff. She's cheated on you, and you know it.
And I had a baby.
I'm talking to him. You've raised a baby that she's had with another man, as though it were your own. She has been, to say the least, at times, if not at most times, very high maintenance. I admire you and I respect you for that, and I commend you for it. There's a point at which failing to hold her accountable for her emotions, her lability, her using mental illness as a dodge, as an excuse, as a way to explain away behavior that she in fact has control of, is unfair to her. And you're cheating yourself and you're cheating her if and when you do that. And I hear her saying, oh, I don't steal. Well, I do steal, but it's my bipolar. It's my bipolar.
No, it's not.
I heard you on tape. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to your husband. You have allowed her to do this. And I personally doubt that she's bipolar. I can't say that she is. Somebody needs to sit down and deal with you and her in a thoughtful, respectful, attentive way and figure out what pain and turmoil she's dealing with inside. And if you let her use it as a dodge, as an excuse, as a con, you're cheating her.
Right.
She deserves peace. She deserves to escape the pain and the turmoil. If you could unscrew the top of her head and look inside, it would scare the hell out of you.
Of course. Oh, yes. The doctors have explained it to me.
If you could help that, you would want to do that, would you not?
Yes.
And if she could get better, then you would be willing to relate to her one step at a time. True? I'm not saying you want to go on a month-long vacation with her, but you would be willing to spend an hour with her in a public place, see how that goes, take another step, see how that goes, take another step. You just don't want to expose yourself to her because of your history with her, correct?
Correct. Like I've told everyone else, that I shouldn't have to fight for my mother's love, her acceptance.
Baby, I always look.
And that I have been trying my best for years.
Know that, baby.
I've been trying to gain my mother's acceptance, her validation, and you know how it feels as a daughter to lose a child at 5 months. I was 5 months pregnant and I lost it.
Stop talking and let her speak.
5 months pregnant and losing a child, and your mother lies about why she can't be at the hospital. To tell somebody because she has heart problems, and to have a father that basically backs her up. The way he supports her, I wish he would support me. The way that she supports him, I wish she would support me. I have been through enough with her, and I'm to the point now, Dr. Phil, I came to you more so often to receive your blessing that it is okay to close this chapter in my life.
Well, I'm going to tell you what I think about that and how to do what I think you need to do when we come back. I wonder if anybody has noticed what's happening here. Have you noticed that she has stopped yelling and actually started listening? She's actually heard what her daughter Tiffany just had to say. Look, I've buried both of my parents. Buried my mother, my father. Robin has buried her mother and her father. And I've often said, don't let the sun set on you another day without saying and doing anything and everything you need to do with the people in your life that you need to say and do, because there's no guarantee that I'll be alive at the end of this sentence. You don't have to be in this relationship. You don't have to have that relationship to be okay. Because sometimes you just have to give yourself what you wish you could get from somebody else. I was 42 when my father died, and at that point I'd graduated #1 in my class. I was a father and a husband and very successful, and been to college on a football scholarship. I'd done a lot of things, and not one time did I ever hear him say, I'm proud of you. Not one time in 42 years did I ever hear him say that.
Always tell you that.
But I tell you what, I could look myself in the mirror and say, I'm proud of you. And I married a woman that could look at me and say, I'm proud of you. You feel that in different ways. And maybe they'll bring that, maybe they won't.
Don't touch me, please.
No, just hang on. Let me talk. Let me talk. I want you to know that I'm going to offer help to your mother in particular and support with your father. And I mean real help, not throw pills at you help. You deserve better than that.
I've been seeking. I've been looking.
And you deserve better than that. I think you've done some things that have had some horrific results.
In the past.
That's right. And
yes.
The past is over. Not even God can change what has happened, but we're here now and we can work on what's going forward. There's a lot of work that needs to be done here first. I hope I can do something with this toxicity, and I want you to give me a chance to do that and then see what happens.
Yes.
Will you do that?
Yes.
I can tell you that just since you've been here, you've stopped yelling, you've started listening, and you've said you'll accept the help that I'm willing to arrange for you. If you want a relationship with your daughter, with your son, then you need to earn the right to have it. Because they're adults. It's now their choice. And having a relationship with them is a privilege, not a right.
What about us have the opposite? What about the opposite? It seemed like they talk more than I did today. I mean...
Yeah, it may seem like that, but that's not right. But you've been heard, and listen, this isn't a one-way street. This is a two-way street, right. But the only person you can fix is you. Coming up, my next guest has a unique way of brightening her day, and it includes Mother Teresa and, surprisingly, well, me. I'll explain when we meet her next. My next guest, Diana, received news at the age of 29 that no woman wants to hear. Now at 52, she is living her best life and says she wants to look as good as she feels. So she's come to me for help. Here's Diana's story.
Here's being a survivor. I'm a 22-year breast cancer survivor, and I am feeling better than ever. I have been an associate teaching professor for 10 years. My students tell me that I'm a hard professor. I'm not an easy A. I put in a lot of hours. I feel like I'm looking older and tired. When I walk into my classrooms, I think, oh my goodness, are they gonna think that I look like their grandma? When I look in the mirror, the first thing that I see are these dark spots. They first started on the sides of my face, and now I've got them across the top of my head. How to get rid of dark spots. There are like 50 different home remedies, and I've tried a lot of them. I am very self-conscious about having these dark spots. It seems like they're multiplying, they're getting darker, and it's extremely annoying.
Well, Diana is joining me along with dermatologist and spokesperson for the beauty brand No. 7, Dr. Sonia Batra. Welcome, guys. Thanks for being here. Diana, receiving a diagnosis of cancer in your 20s had to be devastating, both physically and emotionally, right?
When I was 29, I found a lump on my own, and then I immediately had it removed, and the surgeon and the pathologist were in the operating room, and they were looking at it underneath a microscope, and they were watching it divide. So it was very aggressive.
So this was growing fast, if they're seeing it actually under the scope.
Yes, it was very fast growing, very aggressive.
It's so great that you found it on your own.
Yes, exactly.
And I understand part of your emotional healing is something you call your me board, which amazingly actually includes me. You have wonderful positive words and expressions on your board, and a picture of Mother Teresa and a picture of me. I'm honored to be on there, actually. So tell me about it.
Yes. Well, that has been in my office since I moved to that house, so for 4 years now. And I DVR absolutely every single episode. Your advice is absolutely inspiring to me.
And, you know, seeing positive affirmations every day, I really hope people listen to what you're saying, because our internal dialogue is critical in what we say to ourselves. And we saw in the tape that you have some concerns that you'd like help with.
I feel great, and I'm very grateful that I'm a 22-year cancer survivor, but every morning when I look in the mirror, the first thing that I see are these dark spots. I do feel like they're definitely making me feel older than what I really feel like, and I would absolutely love your advice or your help.
Well, my advice is to talk to this lady right here, because she's the expert on this kind of thing. So, Dr. Batra, what can you do for Diana?
Well, Diana, first, let me congratulate you for being a cancer survivor for over 2 decades. Remarkable. And feeling good and looking good is the key to confidence for all of us. Yes. And for dark spots, I recommend No. 7 Laboratories Dark Spot Correcting Booster Serum. It's an at-home targeted treatment you apply directly to the spots in areas of uneven pigmentation. And best of all, this amazing serum has been clinically proven to reduce the appearance of dark spots.
So how quickly could she see results?
Within 2 weeks, your dark spots will look smaller and start to visibly fade thanks to the serum's unique lightening complex, which includes vitamin C.
Yeah, well, you might get up on the board next to me telling me this kind of stuff. So is 2 weeks fast enough for you?
My goodness, 2 weeks would be awesome. Is it very expensive?
Well, actually, not at all. No. 7 Laboratories Dark Spot Correcting Booster Serum is available for $39.99 at Target and Target.com. And right now, there's actually a very special offer from No. 7. At Target.com, you can get 20% off all No. 7 skincare products. But for you, Diana, we're so inspired by your story. The beauty brand No. 7 is giving you a year's supply of Dark Spot Correcting Booster Serum to get you started.
And audience, you're not going to miss out, because everyone is going home with your own No. 7 Dark Spot Serum. I'd like to thank all of my guests today, and a special thanks to Dr. Sonia Batra. If you have a story or life situation that you need my help with, I would really love to hear from you. Just email me at drphil.com. Tell me all about it. And if you're in the Los Angeles area, we would love to see you here in our studio audience. The tickets are free, and all the details are on my website. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and be sure to subscribe to my podcast, Fill in the Blanks, and my crime podcast, Mystery and Murder Analysis by Dr. Phil. We'll see you next time. Congratulations. And just when I thought we made peace with Wanda, I heard she's wound up backstage giving producers an earful.
I don't care! That ain't like a fool! I don't care! I'm not because you're bad to me! I love you! I love you! You're gonna get me up there, baby! Don't make me stop!
Why are you yelling at me? You don't have to act like this. This must be torture for you.
They don't like me. They've been trying to get me away from my husband for all for 30-some years and it didn't work.
We've been through the...
I'm tired of proving myself.
You don't have to.
I prove.
You don't have to.
I stay in the house. I stay in the house like a bird because I'm scared to go out and do anything and live my life because what somebody might say about me.
No, you don't, Wanda. You don't have... No, you don't.
I don't have no friends. I don't fool with nobody.
You got plenty of friends, Wanda.
But they not to be trusted because they jealous.
So
Everybody jealous
in this
of me.
world is not going to be for you. Just don't make yourself sick.
I'm going to take Dr. Phil's help. Definitely. I'm going to keep this too.